Hey everyone, it's Raj from 3CB. The LA Lakers last season were #1 in the league in terms of free throw differential, nearly +6, which was tops by a healthy margin. This was reflected in their free throw rates offensively, in which they were #3, and then defensively, in which they were top of the league. This year, they're nearly +6 again, which puts them near the top of the league. And in terms of free throw rate offensively, they're #9, and defensively, they are #2. Only the Celtics are better at allowing less free throws. Recent comments from the Raptors head coach following their loss on Tuesday night, in which there was a 23-3 free throw differential in the fourth quarter, have reignited this argument about the Lakers, and conspiracy theories have come out of the woodwork, as always, about how the Lakers get all the calls. Completely different video, but if you actually go back and watch a lot of the foul calls, they were actually quite legitimate. It wasn't some conspiracy, but that's not the point of this video. The point is to look into why the Lakers are able to have this high free throw rate differential, and there's 5 key reasons. Firstly, is shot distribution. This season, the Lakers ranked #2 in terms of shots at the rim, #28 in terms of shots from three-point distance and beyond. You combine that with reason #2, and that is that the Lakers are 25th in terms of three-point shooting accuracy, which creates a very, very packed paint. So you combine that with their high shot distribution at the rim with a packed paint, and that's going to be a higher likelihood of contact, which then leads to more foul calls and therefore free throws. Thirdly is the fact that the Lakers have 2 superstars in Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and then also Austin Reeves as well. AD ranks 11th in the league at 7.3 free throw attempts a point per game. LeBron is 26th at 5.3, and then Austin averages about 3.3 free throws per game, which is down from last season. All in all 3 players account for nearly 65% of the team's average free throws in a game. #4 is fouls committed per game defensively. The Lakers last season were #1, the Bucks were 2nd, Celtics were 3rd, and this season again, the Lakers are top of the list with the Celtics 2nd. The lack of committing fouls speaks to the Lakers being in the top 2 last season and this season in terms of defensive free throw rate. Not committing fouls is a key part of being a high-level defense. You'll often see coaches talking about this. For example, Coach Darvin Ham has often talked about not committing fouls defensively and bailing the other team out. Prime example of this is that the Milwaukee Bucks, who had a very good defense last season and were #2 in terms of defensive fouls committed, have seen a massive drop off defensively, and they're now 20th in terms of defensive fouls committed. 5th is that this is all really by design. It's occurred the last 2 seasons since Coach Darvin Ham and his staff took over. The year prior to Darvin Ham taking over, the Lakers were 19th in terms of free throw rate offensively, and then 15th in terms of defensive free throw rate. So you can see that massive shift. The reasons offensively are a increased emphasis on applying rim pressure. There is poor shooting from the team, which then leads to a tendency to shoot more at the rim, which we went into before in terms of shot distribution. And also the emergence of Austin Reeves as well, who's able to create free throws and drive to the rim as well. Defensively, a lot of it is also scheme-based. For example, the Lakers tend to leave poor shooters very wide open. They've allowed the most quote-unquote wide open three-point shots, which is defined by the shooter being open by 3 to 6 feet in the league. And it's actually bit them a little bit over the past month and a half as teams have shot over 40% from 3. But it also means less fouls because you have guys shooting wide open shots rather than driving into contact. And then there's using Anthony Davis, who's arguably the most versatile defensive anchor in the league. So you can funnel guys to him and allow him to do what he does, which is contest extremely well without fouling and really be the anchor of the Lakers defense. Lastly, take a step back and to think about this with some perspective. It's really easy to think, hey, the Lakers are getting this really favorable whistle in terms of free throw differential. But then when you actually look at the data over this century, the Lakers this season and last season in terms of free throw differential would rank only around the top 15, right? So for example, the Hornets in 2018 and the Rockets had nearly a +8. You know, was there some conspiracy theory to give them a favorable whistle around the league? Like, come on. It's a little bit silly. As we know, however, everything with the Lakers and a LeBron team is going to be viewed through an emotional microscope and tend to lend itself towards selective attention. A prime example is from the Raptors game when AD at the end of the game sold a moving screen. I saw a ton of people go on social media and talk about it. However, what they didn't talk about was earlier in the game, Thaddeus Young and Scotty Barnes selling charge calls. So again, it's that selective attention that feeds into preconceived notions. And that's why it's so important to look underneath that emotion and bluster to get a better sense of what's going on and why it's going on. Thanks for watching.